Hey everyone, VortexTCG here, and today I'm just going to be only showcasing one game of my Blue Flare list at the Ultimate Cup, and I just want to showcase how powerful this deck can be. And my opponent on the left is going to be playing Hunters, and if you're looking forward to this video, some explanation about this deck as we play, please do like and subscribe, it does mean a lot. Anyways, my opponent gets a pretty good start here. He gets the Shatmon King version playing the Uamano. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a Digicross, so he wasn't able to continue his turn, and he also doesn't have a level 3, so it's a bit of a rocky start for my opponent. And for me, I feel like I'm doing pretty good here. I promote the Gauss, play Kiriel, so I've got a lot of advantage, and I'm also able to draw off the Gaussmon. This is one of the best cards that Blue Flare got, if I'm being perfectly honest. The Gaussmon just allows you to draw a card when you play anything with Blue Flare, so it can be an option, it can be a tamer, it can also be a Digimon. It can be anything. Just as long as it has the Blue Flare trait, you get to draw a card. If you're able to actually also do the Twilight effect, you also get to return a Digicross requirement, or card with Digicross, I think, from your trash instead. So just keep that in mind. Like, the consistency of this deck has gone up quite a little bit. My opponent went to superior mode to tuck the Greymon underneath the Gauss, so effectively making it useless, and it's going to go to the trash. I don't have the Duo Tamer at the moment, so it's definitely, I think in this situation, it's a good play for him. It feels a bit preemptive though, but he's just trying to answer the field, I think. So I just end up going into the Metal Grey. I realised that I did the thing wrong, but I put the right Metal Grey underneath, get to draw from the Gaussmon, and I also get to stun the superior mode. And this is one of the things that this deck just does so well. Like, the stunning is so powerful, and if it's able to keep itself going, there's no stopping it, essentially. I was going to swing here, but I think I decided against it. Did it before the security check went through, so thankfully that's all good. So I decided to swing here. I do hit the Astamon, but it has jamming. I believe this has jamming. Yep, so I go into the Z Grey. It costs 2, because I don't have, my opponent doesn't have 2 on the field, so essentially I'm just unsuspending, just to make sure that the Arrestadramon cannot swing, or bring something out that can swing. So just making sure, and yeah, this is what makes this deck so powerful, because you can go into a massive swing turn with the Metal Grey. You're able to get usually like 2 security if there's 2 Digimon out, and then you're able to go into your Z Greys, your Deca Greys, even the Kazuhamon, which I don't think I play in this, or I play in this game, but the Kazuhamon is also very good. So yeah, so he's promoted. He hasn't promoted. He's played the Damemon. Didn't get anything, unfortunately, which is, I mean, what are you meant to do, unfortunately? But he just plays the Taiki past the 3, and I think that's pretty much the end of the game. This is just one of the things that Blue Flare does. Like, if you're given Blue Flare free memory, which you typically do anyways, you're essentially able to get so much advantage. So Gaussmon, again, just playing a level 4 from my hand is kind of insane. Deca to draw 3, again, that consistency. In this version, I don't play many Deca Dramons in general, because quite frankly, I don't think it's a necessary. It's like, the Deca Greymon's obviously very good, but the Deca Greymon also has other uses as well, other than just stunning one guy. So a little bit iffy on that one. Swing for the final security, because, like, just as he committed to having 2 on board. And this is one of the awkward things as well. Like, a lot of the board games, not games, but like decks currently, like, have a board that does a lot. So they go forward to like Bloom Lord, Hunters. These are all like meta decks. Maybe not Bloom Lord anymore, but sometimes Machine does, because they play rookies and, you know, have to hard play certain things. A lot of the meta decks tend to have to go into 2 Digimon at some point, so having that is pretty good, if I'm being perfectly honest. So I believe he's going to swing. He's going to Digivolve, actually, using both of the sources, the Draco, and I believe this is the Asta, to go into a Arrestadramon superior mode, using its effect to put one underneath a guy, or anything even. He's going to put the Metal Grey underneath the Z Grey, which I think is fine. Then he's going to pass the turn into the Tigrew, and unfortunately he won't be able to attack, and I just swing for game. We then get into the second game, and my opponent goes into the Gundramon. Gundramon's such a cool Digimon design, if I'm being perfectly honest. Then he hard plays the Tigrew, so giving me a lot of memory here. And what this game's going to showcase is that, like, if you give Blue Flare a lot of memory, they're able to do so much with it. So I think this is also a bit of a greedy play, if I'm being perfectly honest, because if my opponent has answers, it could be problematic. But what I do here is that I go into the Greymon first for 4, using his effect to reveal top 4. I see the Metal Grey and also the Decker, but I think I have the Metal Grey in hand already, so I decide to put it to the bottom of the deck instead. And then I also play Blazing Memory Boost, so I hit the Tamer, which is very nice, and I also obviously hit the 2 targets also. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to give my opponent 5 memory, and if he has an answer, like, it definitely could be problematic for me. But if I'm being perfectly honest, like, this is all that you kind of need for the Metal Grey Blue Flare deck, because just one search essentially or like 2 searches essentially finds all the pieces that you need, if you're lucky, obviously, because there's going to be some times where you hit more Tamers, or you just hit things you don't need to really add. So he swings into security, it hits another Tamer, which is very, very unfortunate. So essentially I'm going to go to free memory anyways, so it's not a great situation to be in. So he digicrosses for the Draco, and then Dracomon, I think it's called, and then goes into the Damimon, plays out the Taiki from the sources, which is pretty nice. Again, like, this is a good turn, right, but for my opponent, because essentially you're able to build up your board as well. So yeah, it's not great, but my opponent plays the superior mode here, putting it underneath one of the Tamers, I believe, because there's nothing else you could put it underneath. So it's a bit of a waste there, I think. I think what he was hoping for was that he would be able to attack, but unfortunately he doesn't have 4 underneath, so he wouldn't be able to swing. So a bit unfortunate, is what it is, unfortunately. I promote the Gaussmon, get 2 memory, and I've got 5 memory. I've got 7 memory to play with. So I swing a security, draw a card, it dies, get the Gaussmon effect to play out the level 4. Here I think I'm going to play out, I believe, another Greymon. And that's what I do, reveal the top 4, get some really good targets here, get the Metal Grey, get a Male Bird. I think at this point I'm just calculating if I'm able to win the game from this point, which sounds absurd to say, but that was the kind of situation that I was in at this point. So add those 2, the Blazing and I believe the Male Bird there, because I don't think I need the Metal Grey, because I already searched the Metal Grey and I think I had one in hand. So now I'm just calculating to make sure that I'm not miscounting or messing up here, because if I do mess up, then that's a bit of a problem. And so he's got 4 security, and this is just going to showcase how powerful this deck can be. So I'm going to go the Male Bird Metal and to the Metal Grey. This card is also very insane. It helps quite a bit, because especially against like hunters, because as you can see here, the Damimon has blocker because of the inheritable. So I just remove the Damimon and the Akakimon, and they're in the trash, so they're not able to get back with the Tigrew or the Taiki. I swing, unsuspend, stunning out the Arrestedramon, gets so it hits a Shoutmon. Swing again, hits a Gundramon here, so not a lot of DP values here, which is pretty good for me, I guess. We take those, and I'll go into Z Grey for 2, unsuspend, gain 2 memory, swing again, and then I've got 2 more memory to play with, so I have the other Metal Grey, I believe, in hand here, the one that I had in my hand straight away. I use the Tamer to use the Male Bird and the Greymon from underneath, swing, and then unsuspend, and then swing for game.